Complete Brevo tutorial email marketing for beginners. In this video, we are going to be talking about Brevo and how you can use this incredible email marketing and CRM suite for yourself. It's an all-in-one platform to manage all of your customer relationships, and it also helps you do proper email marketing with proper email newsletter sending. You can also gain contacts, leads, and generate prospects easily through this platform. Okay, and the best part about Brevo is that you can sign up totally for free without using a credit card. So we're going to get straight into it. So to start things off, what you're going to do is you're going to come over to brevo.com. And once you come over to brevo.com here, you're going to click on sign up for free. Now, once you click on sign up for free, you're going to be entering an email for yourself. So you're going to enter your email. Then we have our password. All right. So once you input a password, you're going to click on create an account. And once you do that, it tells you that we have sent an email to your verification email address. So you're simply going to wait for your email to load in. Now, I just got my email to my section over here. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm everything. And once you confirm everything up, it's going to look somewhat like this. So this is the tab it takes you when it onboards you. And now it's going to take you to the registration profile where it's going to onboard all of your features. So we're simply going to wait for Brevo to load us in. And while it loads us in, here you can see you can add all the details. You can also add your very own website if you want to, but I'm going to go ahead and continue on that. Now it wants the demographics of our business, okay, which is basically information about your company, including the address and other whatnots. So I'm going to go ahead and add an address. Okay, and once you've added your address, what you're going to do from there is you're going to click on continue once again. Now that you click on that, it says, tell us about your organization. How many people are on your team? I'm going to go with 2 to 10. How many contacts do you need to have? I'm going to go to 1 to 500. Do you sell online? I'm going to go with yes. And we're going to click on continue from there. Now, it also asks you to validate your phone number. So we're also going to go ahead and do that for ourselves. So once you add your phone number like that, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that it's valid and it works properly. So once you've added a valid phone number, we're going to send a verification. And once we send a verification, let's see where it takes us. Now here, as you can see, it sends us a verification code onto our phone number. And obviously you're going to receive it through the SMS. So what you're going to want to do is you're simply going to wait for your phone to get an SMS. And whenever you get that SMS, it's going to appear in your messaging section. Okay. So I'm simply going to wait for it to, receive into my account. And once it's received, I'm going to get straight back to you and let you know how you are going to continue from here. Okay. Now, from there, once you have verified your phone number, it's going to bring you to this section. So this section is your main dashboard, okay? And in your main dashboard, you can basically go ahead and work with the different, you could say, linkings and work with the different kinds of features that Brevo actually provides you, okay? Now, what are the different features Brevo provides you? Brevo provides you features that are gaining contacts for starting campaigns, starting automations, different transactional features, conversations, deals, meetings, and calls. Now, we're going to go through all of that. So first of all, in the home section that we are in now, over here you can see the other features like boosting your influence by creating campaigns, simplifying your connections by adding contacts, and tailoring your path to success by managing your plans. So we're going to go ahead and do each and every one of these things, and it gives you different steps you can, go through with. So first of all, contacts. Then we have recent campaigns to launch our campaign. Then you have different courses and cases over here to grow your business as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to contacts. Here it says, this is your contact database. From here, you can view, organize, and manage your contacts individually as a group. So over here, we have contact. Okay, and you can subscribe to this contact by email. So if we want to create a contact individually, that can be done through this. But if we want to import contacts in a bulk format, that can be done through the import contact section over here. So if we click on create a contact, I'm going to enter the first name. Then we're going to enter our email. Once you do that, you're going to select your lists. So you don't necessarily have to select a list. You can just create it straight away. But I'm also going to get into the list section. Okay, what are lists? So you can create different lists of different, you could say, clienteles or contacts. And the reason to make those lists are because the certain lists that you create for yourself, can go ahead and help you with campaignings, because different contacts can be categorized in different lists, and those different lists will help you get a proper regimen because they categorize different collections, and those collections can be used further on. So if I were to come over to lists, okay, now in lists, I'm going to go ahead, click on create list. I'm going to enter a list name. Let's say I'm going to call this shirt clients. Okay, I'm just going to call this shirt clients for now. Now, once this is done, you're going to select the folder. Once you do that, you're going to click on create list. Now, once you're on create list, we have shirt clients right here. You're going to open them up, and now you can add contacts in this. So for this, what we're going to do is I'm going to come to the contact section. Obviously, you're going to create your contacts. Once you do that, you're going to choose the list you're going to add them to, click on create, and that is going to create this contact and add them to the list accordingly. So it's your choice on how you want to add them to your regimen. I'm going to go ahead and add a new email for this client as well. So once we add this email, click on create. And once you go ahead and click on create for yourself, what you're going to do is you're either going to choose to add a number or you won't add a number. Now that's dependent on you. So once we go ahead with this, we're simply going to click on create, and that should fix things for you. So that contact which you get is obviously going to appear in this section, or if you want to go ahead and import contacts in bulk, that can be done as well, and that can be done through this section. So you're going to come to import contacts. Now, once you come to import contacts, there's 3 different ways. You can either import from a file, which could be a CSV, XLSX, or TXT file. Then you can copy paste them in a spreadsheet format or import from another tool. I'm going to go to import a file because this is the most common way to get contacts in, which is basically a CSV format. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to search my CSV file over here. So I'm going to open up the CSV file, click on open. And as you can see, it says your file has been uploaded. So we have the email, first name, phone, creation date, and gender. So once you do this, you're going to click on confirm your file. So the country code, let's say I'm going to go with something like this. And once you do that, we have creation date. So in the creation date, obviously, we can add a new attribute for date. Okay. And you can just call this date or whatever you want. I'm going to click on create, and now we have a date format over here. Okay. Then we also have gender. I'm going to add a new attribute. Okay. And let's say I'm going to go with gender over here. So male or female. You can go with that. And once you do that, you're going to click on create. And now we have proper sectioning. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go to confirm mapping. You're going to confirm the list you want to add them to. And you're going to make sure that you confirm that the new imports are adherent to the new conditions. And here we go. Now we've imported these contacts into my list of shirt clients. All right. So now that we've done that and we've created lists as well, you can also go over to segments. So what are segments? Basically, this is where you're going to organize your segments, create, modify, and manage segments for targeted interactions, and keep them in folders for easy navigations. So I'm going to click on create segment. So it says use their suggested segments or create a new one. You can go with the suggested segments over here, like most engaged email subscribers, inactive email subscribers, all emails, contact from a country code, etc. I'm going to go with a new blank one, and we're going to add a filter. So let's say I'm going to add a filter for this, and once we do that, we're also going to go with email, and I'm going to go with this interest, and I'm simply going to add another contact detail with the first name. I'm going to go email address is equal to, I'm going to add that condition, and first name is equal to, let's say, something random like John. Let's go with that. Or it says email campaign is subscribed. So whatever goes along with it, it's going to give you the contacts. And now we're going to click on save as segment. I'm going to call this a test segment. You're going to choose your folders. I'm going to go with my segments folder and click on create. Now what this does is it creates a segment, and you can actually use segments along with your lists and contacts along with folders as well. And once you use it with them, it basically helps you go through things much easily. And it's pretty fun to go along with these features as well. So once you've worked with that, we're also going to go to companies. Now, companies is a feature that it's not widely used, but this is basically used to add proper company widgets into your space. Okay, so if you have different things like clientels or prospects that are whole enterprises or whole companies, you can add them over here. So let's say I'm going to click on create company. All right, I'm going to select a contact, let's say Mark. Okay, now Mark might belong to a company, so I'm going to name that company. Let's say I'm just going to call it this. You can add the company website. You can add their phone number or industry if you want to. I'm simply going to click on create. And now, as you can see, the following company has been created. Or if you want to, you can go ahead and import company as well with a file up to 250 megabytes if you want to. Now, company is also a lot like lists, but company is for a bigger number of, you could say, contacts and people. So list does not take a lot of space, but company does. Then we move on to landing page. Now, the thing about landing page is that you can't use it on the free plan that we are on now, but you can use it on the upper plans. And I will talk about the upper plans further on in the video. So please do make sure to fully watch this video till the end so you can get an idea of how the upper plans work and what you can find in those upper plans accordingly. All right. So moving on, once we're here, you can come over to forms. And once you come over to forms, what you can do in this section is you have subscription, unsubscription, and update profile. So you can create your first subscription form from here, customize your subscription forms to grow your audience, and capture details to connect on a personal level. So forms is also a good thing to gain contacts and leads. And personally, I definitely use it a lot because if I want to gain leads or if I want to get a lot of contacts in my space, I will definitely use this for myself. So I'm going to click on create a subscription form. Once we click on create a subscription form, you're going to go ahead and add a form name for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and write leads. Okay. Now, once you write in leads, you're going to click on next. Now, when you come to next, it brings you to the design section of your form. So first of all, over here, we're going to go to form design. So now we have text. Now the text things, I wouldn't mess around a lot with those because they seem pretty fine. I will change the colorings although. So let's say I'm going to go with a darker blue color on this. Here we go to text. And with the other foreign text, I'm going to change the color for that as well. Then we have labels. So these are different labels for us. You can change the text for this too. And we have help text, which is the text that is going to appear in recurring action down here. I'm going to keep this the same old stable text. Then we're going to come to link. I'm going to change the underlink to the texts. And once you do that, we're going to go ahead and close this up. Now, once the text direction is done, you can go with the writing direction as well. You can make your text go to right to left or left to right. I'm going to keep it left to right because it's aesthetically better. We have a background color for our main section. So I'm going to go ahead and make it look like this. Okay. You can also choose an image to go in the background if you want to. I'm going to keep it stock, but just to give you an example, I'm also going to show you how you're going to add images. So this basically brings you to the Brevo content library. So I'm going to open it up and I'm going to choose a well-expanded image. Okay. I'm going to add this. So the limit for the files that we have is 2.2 megabyte. Your files can be bigger than that. So accordingly, just add images according to the actual file limit. And once you go with that, you're going to go ahead and click on insert. And as you can see, it gets inserted like that. So once you have this in, I'm going to close this down. We have containers. So you can choose how your container, seems to be. I'm going to go with vertical. We have the width of the container. Okay. I'm going to keep it large. Alignment can either be left, right, or central. Background color for the container can also be changed. I'm going to go with a rather, you could say, beige color. Okay. So for that, what we're going to do is we're going to come somewhat over here. Okay. So once you set your, recurring color like that, yeah, I think that should work perfectly. There we go. So once you've chosen your necessary color, you can also go with the border colors. So I'm going to keep these dark. Once you've chosen that, you can actually choose how thick you want the borders to be. So that looks good as well. You can go with rounded corners if you want to. So here we get rounded corners, and you can also change the opacity. Okay. I'm going to keep it fully 0% opaque because I don't really want it to go out of context when it blends in with the background. Then we have the button text as well. You can go ahead and edit that. So let's say the background color for the button text, I'm going to change it up to a yellow color. Okay, so let's go over ahead to the darker schemes of yellow, and I'm going to bring it slightly lower. And once you bring it lower over here, what you're going to do is you're pretty much set to go. Okay, so now we have a proper form. So once you've got this form and you're good with it, you can also switch to the mobile view. You can see how it looks. It looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead with this, and you can build blocks into this. Okay, so this was form design, but if we come to build, let's say I want to add an image on this. Okay, so add an image, you can just come up over here. Once you come up over here, you're going to click on choose an image. Once you click on choose an image, you're going to click on upload. And once you click on upload, you can accordingly add the certain image that you require. So I'm going to click on this, and we're going to click on insert. And as you can see, you can add images like these for yourself as well, according to whatever you want. Then moving on, you can add different dividers. You can also add attributes into your text. So let's say you can actually ask them more than email. So let's say I'm going to come down here. I'm going to add an attribute. Okay. And you can also change the size of something, by the way. So let's say I'm going to unlock the fields, or even if you keep the fields locked, we're going to go ahead and, knock the picture down a notch. So let's go with 200. Yeah, I think that should be good enough. So once you're done with this, we're going to move back on to build and add more attributes like SMS and so on. And then you can have more elements of blocks over here as well that you can choose to add. So, any element that you think will work well, you can go ahead and add that directly into your design if you want to. Okay. So once you are done with this, you're going to click on next, and that takes you to the list section. So it also says we strongly recommend you to use reCAPTCHA confirmation to prevent spam bots to adding fake data to your lists. So you can skip that, or you can add it for yourself. I'm going to skip it for now because I don't really have to, publish it. I'm going to keep it over here. Now it says select a list for yourself. I'm going to go with the shared clients, and I'm going to click on next. Now it says you need an active transactional account to be able to send confirmation emails. So to get an active confirmational account, you're going to need a proper default thank you page, and you're going to make sure that you have it activated through the settings. Then we have messages. You can add different success messages, invalid messages, error messages, empty fields. I'm going to go ahead and keep it default, click on next. And finally, we have this. So you can either quick share this form. Okay, so I have it copied to my clipboard. So you can either quick share it, or you can embed it into whatever website you have. And the embedding is pretty simple as well. You can add it in an iframe, or you can add it in a simple HTML if you want to. And once all of this is done, you're going to click on done over here. And this basically creates a subscription form for you. Now this subscription form is going to be here, and you can actually go ahead and edit it later on. But if you want to check it out for yourself, you can do that. Moving on from forms, you can also create unsubscription forms and different update profile forms for people as well. And if you've created a subscribe form, do make sure to create an unsubscription form as well, because, it's a good feature to add for users who want to unsubscribe. Now, moving on, here is the link to my form. And as you can see, it's totally accessible. You can use it as you want. You're going to add in your necessary number, click on subscribe. And once you do this, you're pretty much good to go. So as you can see, it also gives you the invalid information widget. So yeah, this is basically how you're going to create a form for yourself. Now moving on, you also have the settings section of contacts. So you can set contact attributes, company attributes, and other unengaged contacts can be found over here as well. But obviously this is not a very important bit when it comes to, the other vast features that it provides you. So now, to get into the proper powerhouse of Brevo, campaigns, okay? Now, when it comes to campaigns, what you can do is you're going to come over to the campaign section, and here you're going to click on create a campaign. Now, once you click on create a campaign, you're going to choose the type of campaign you want. So you have email, SMS, WhatsApp, web push, Facebook ads, and you also have automated campaigns. Now, automation is something I'm going to get into later after campaigns, but let's say I'm going to create an email campaign for standard over here. Now, regular is, just creating a standard campaign. A/B testing is basically choosing two elements, So you can either go with version A or version B with the best engagement that will go with your remaining recipients. So test will be my campaign name. Now, once you go with campaign name, you're going to go ahead and manage the sender address. Your sender address needs to be authenticated with a proper domain, and it also needs to have the proper sectioning that a proper, you could say, email needs. So it also needs to have a business email set it up with it. Then we go over to recipients where you can add different recipients for yourself. So again, this is why lists and segments are useful. So let's say I'm going to go with the shared clients. Now, once you go with shared clients or, whatever recipients you want, you're going to click on save. Then we have subject. So we can add a subject line like new winter collection is out now. Now, once you add the subject line for yourself, you can also go with a preview text, shop now at discount. Okay, so you're going to add that. Once we do that, we're going to click on save. And now finally, this is where the fun part starts because this is where you're going to be designing your email content. So to design, you can either choose a template from the layouts or the template gallery. So as you can see, we have different template galleries over here. Let's say I'm going to go to this one. This is a product highlight template. I'm going to go ahead and use this. And once you go over ahead to using this, again, this is a lot like a drag and drop editor. So first of all, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding my very own logo. Okay. I'm going to click on setup brand. And once we click on setup brand, basically you can set your brand in automatically. And you can do that by adding in your brand website, or you can set it up manually if you want to. So I'm going to add in my brand logo. So this is my brand logo over here. I'm going to click on insert. And once you do that, once you have your logo, you can save your brand colors as well. I'm going to go with this as the paragraph. I'm going to go with this as the main text lines. And once you go ahead with these, you can add different web fonts, but I'm simply going to go ahead and save and apply my brand. So once you do this, your brand is pretty much all set to go. And all the necessities that needs to go through your brandings, they are all good and fun to go from here. Now, you can also move over to this section where you can add different widgets in. So let's say I want to go ahead and add an image of something that I personally want to show the world. So I'm going to add it over here. And once you click on this, you can replace this with whatever you want. So let's say I'm going to go ahead and upload. And I want to replace this with this picture of a hoodie that I want to show. So once you've uploaded it, click on insert. And as you can see, it starts portraying the hoodie. Now, what you can do is you can actually add recurring text right beside it as well. So let's say I'm going to come over here right under this. And here we have our text box, and you can write whatever you want. Like, let's say shop, go ahead and write whatever text you want. Now, there's already a lot of text written on this. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to change the color of this. Okay. And changing the color of this is also pretty simple. You can go ahead and write something like shop now. And once you have written that for yourself, you can portray it in whatever way you want. Then you can also change the background color for the text accordingly. So as we can see, we have changed the background color. And you can go ahead and mess around with your email template more over if you want to. But once you think your email template is good to go, you're going to click on save and quit. And once you click on save and quit, Brevo basically loads you into this section where it says your design is done as well. So just manage your sender and then finally schedule it. You can also preview and test your email, by the way. So as you can see from subject, preview text, and then down here is your email. So pretty much this is how you're going to do all of this for yourself. You can also select recipients that you can send the test to, and you're going to send this test email to that person. And once it's processed, you're pretty much set to go from there. Now, basically, this is how you can set different email campaignings for yourself. This is basically sending an email newsletter and doing proper marketing and campaigning. Moving on, you can also go ahead and do SMS campaigning, okay? So if you want to, create your first SMS campaign, that can be done as well through your list of contacts. Same goes with WhatsApp, Facebook, and you can also create recurring templates for yourself from the Brevo template section if you want to. Those templates are created really easily and really simply, and you can follow up from them right here. Now, moving on from all of this, what we're going to talk about is automations. So now that we go to automations, here we can see get started with automations. We have easy automations for effortless growth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create my first automation. So once we go to creating my first automation, we're going to click on it and we're simply going to wait for things to load up. Now, once your items have properly loaded up for you, from there, what you can do is you can go on over ahead to the basic automation section. Now, if you don't know what automations are basic automated steps and tips and tricks that mainly allow you to go ahead, and they will also allow you to basically set steps like triggers, events, and actions in your workspace, so you don't have to go ahead and do those steps. Those steps are going to happen in the background and they're going to be automated, obviously. So an automated workflow or an automated workspace is incredible, okay? Because it has a whole database which goes through with proper seamless workflow, and it helps you out a lot when you're working with things, okay? Now, you can create automations at really fast pace, and you can create automated workflows through campaigns as well. So if you come over to email and you want to create a new email campaign, so let's say I'm going to call this campaign something random, click on create campaign. And once you click on create campaign, you can create this campaign as an automated campaign workflow as well. Okay. And creating it as an automated workflow is also pretty fun because you can do it through A/B testing or whatever other type of campaigning you want to go with. You can also use the automated welcome messages, anniversary deals, page visits, website events, abandoned cart. Now, this is one of the most important bits when it comes to using an e-commerce store, because a lot of your users, even, you as the user who is watching this video, you might have done this as well. You might have gone to a store, you might have liked a product, you've chosen it, added it to your cart, but then you kept the cart there. You didn't go ahead with the approval, you didn't remove it from your cart just stayed there. So that's an abandoned cart. So whenever someone abandons a cart, this automation basically sends them an email after it has been abandoned. Okay. So, different automations like this go ahead and make your workflow pretty simple, and it makes life easier for you because you don't have to be the one to send the, you could say, abandoned cart emails. So it just keeps your workflow really simple. And moving over, you have the transactional section. So this is basically real-time SMTP. Now, what you can do over here is you can send your transactional emails and track them to see if they have been successfully delivered, opened, clicked on, etc. So these are in real time, but you can also get statistics and logs for these accordingly. You can also get different conversations. Okay, conversation apps from Brevo also help you out a lot. Okay, so you can check all these different things out for yourself, and you can work with them accordingly to what you prefer. And, once you've gone through them totally and fully, it basically helps you set up a proper workflow. Okay. So yeah, this is mainly the idea of Brevo and how you're going to be using this incredible software. Now, one final thing that I would like to discuss with you is the plan. So basically, right now we're working on the free plan where we have up to 300 emails. Okay, we have a 30-day trial, and that's pretty incredible because you get 30 whole days on the paid plan. Okay, it's a free trial basically. But if we come over to the other plans and pricings of Brevo, you have the free plan, you have the starter plan, you have the business and enterprise plan. Now, the starter plan is $9 with no daily sending limit. Business plan is $18 with proper marketing automation, and enterprise is obviously at a custom price that you can get a demo of through contacting the company. So yeah, this is Brevo and how you're going to be using this amazing email marketing platform for yourself. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do make sure to drop down a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll be making a whole lot more for you. Till then, thank you for watching all the way till the end, and I'll be seeing all of you in the very next video. Have a great day. Goodbye.